morning, 4 Degrees. Today is April 27th, a Monday. And if you're anything like myself right now, this might feel like the longest month of your lives. It's been just about a little over a month since all of COVID hit and kind of the stay-home order. And so I know it's challenging right now. I know it's not an easy thing to be able to juggle your daily lives with having kids as distractions and all the other stuff. But I think it's important that we continue to stay on track as an organization. We got to continue to move forward. And even if we're not looking, 2 and 3 weeks ahead, I think it's important that we still break down each week as if we're getting after it. So one thing I want to remind you of is our desired future statement. And I just want to read it real quick so we all keep that at the forefront of our minds and what we're trying to accomplish over these next 90 days. So we're going to continue to create organizational resiliency through controlling expenses, number 1, maintaining current clients, number 2, and strategically developing new sources of revenue, with our ultimate goal of reactivating 100% of our team members and positioning ourselves for future success. So one thing, as far as like a progress report or review, that I'm super excited to be able to announce is that we've already brought back 3 team members, one to the association department, 1 to accounting, and then also 1 to the organic department. So I know that the department heads are super excited about that, to be able to take off some of that workload, to be able to maintain our current clients. And also, if we think back to what our purpose is at 4 Degrees, to be able to provide that unparalleled level of customer service. So super excited about that. Also, just as far as information's sake, still tracking a May 4th date as far as something to change. And I don't know if any of you or all of you paid attention to Governor Inslee's last update. He mentioned that we shouldn't think of this as a light switch being turned back on, much more a dial being turned back on, or loosening up the requirements of what this is going to look like, or what the new norm is going to look like. So I think it's just a good way to think about it as you're thinking about when we're getting ready to go back to that new normal or have the stay-home order lifted. That being said, I'm going to have each department head come through and talk about what they're doing within their departments to get us through just this week. So I'll be followed by Terry.
Thank you, Joel. So this week, the main focus will be the second half month of our AP. So continue to do what you do with your collections. Never stops, of course. But the next couple days will be focused on that, and of course, monthly distributions. In addition to that, this is the week for our renewal spreadsheet. So continue to send those in as normal. I know that currently we can't increase anyone. However, there still means that there's still the bell curve that we got to keep. So send the spreadsheets in. I'll still continue to reach out to you guys and discuss each one. Make sure that we're being consistent with the bell curve throughout the year on expirations and staggering them appropriately. And we've been asked to inform everyone, let us know what kind of shows or books that we enjoy. And I enjoy good suspense and mystery, so every Friday and Saturday, look forward to watching a 2020 Dateline or 48 Hours. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Jessica with the Organic Department. We'll be focusing mostly on making sure tenants are paying the rent, following up on the payment plans. That is one of our biggest priorities this week, as well as updating owners on any and all movement on their properties. We will be preparing for May's rent coming in, possibly trying to find more options for people as far as a payment plan goes. We'll also be looking to do our updates as far as lease renewals, and that's kind of our focus for the week. We hope you're all having a great week as well. Thank you.
Good morning. The brokerage team this week is working on separating SkySlope out for the brokers, so they have different checklists that will just help them be more organized, and workflow will be much smoother on input and transaction-related items within SkySlope. A show that I've been really watching is the Ozarks, because it's kind of a crazy story, and it's been fun to just kind of get away from everything and not think about it, I guess. But thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine in accounting. This week is basically working on paying multifamily bills and getting the end of the month finished up. My favorite show is Young Frankenstein. Has been since the first time I saw it when I was a teenager, and it's very punny, and it reminds me of my dad, so that's always a lot of fun. And that's all I got. Thanks.
Morning, 4 Degrees. The turn team this week is working on a couple really big projects, which is in itself is kind of exciting. A couple remodels and so forth. We're also getting ready to start another one over there above Password, so that'll be really good. Taking care of turns, work orders, getting most of the team back. Some of them are still part-time, but they'll eventually get back to full-time. And I think the best thing about Joel saying that we're all gonna get together, hopefully starting May 4th, is this could be the last video. Enjoy your day.
Hi everyone, this is Monique with the Association Department. We brought Alexa back last week, and she is an amazing help to our department. This week are working on, we have some mailers, as well as wrapping up this month and getting ready for the start of next month. And then also making sure that landscaping, the sprinklers are being blown out, and that they're not blown out, that's other end of the season. They're starting at this point. Anyways, moving on. My favorite show is Friends because I find it funny and relatable. And even though I've seen all of the episodes, I still find them just as funny when I watch them on repeat. Anyways, I hope you all are doing well. Thank you.
Friends, such a great show. The announcements we have is that Governor Inslee allowed construction to resume. So a lot of things that were going on simultaneously to what 4 Degrees is doing has been development projects. What's been awesome is none of them have slowed. We actually will have 2 more projects coming online. We'll have a brand new storage unit facility downtown with more to come on that. We also have 2 apartment renovations, kind of that same, take an old building, make it look a little better at least, and then rent it out. So you're gonna see a lot of that coming down the line. It's been awesome to see because I feel like there's not really been any change. I don't know if the weather's just warmer or what it is, but I feel like there's some change in the air that way. Shows, Guilty Pleasure is probably $1 million listing because I feel like it teaches me a few things about sales, but then I realized it's not really that helpful at all. And then got into The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan series. It's a good one to check out if you haven't seen it in a while. So look for more.
All right, thanks. And I really wish all of you could be here just to watch the stress that people go through to be able to present in front of you guys. I think it's fantastic. I think we had probably a couple people miss their favorite show / favorite book, but that's totally okay. Really the biggest idea behind this is staying connected, right? So you guys, even though you're not able to come into the office, you can still see what's going on. You can still see that the team is still healthy, physically healthy, mentally healthy, at least from the outset. And then continuing to do work, right? And continuing to stay engaged and involved. So last week, I challenged all of you guys, as well as everyone in the room, to add value, not only to your clients, but also at home. How can you add value? So I hope you took the opportunity to be able to do that. What I want to talk to you about this week is actually just a statement, but I want you to think about it and I want you to ponder it, especially because what I think of 4 Degrees is I think of a leadership development academy masquerading as a real estate and property management firm. Like, I truly believe that, and I feel like if we can create leaders, well then we're just gonna be better at our mission and our purpose in creating positive impacts in our community. So the statement that I want you to think about, and it's actually gonna segue into, I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite book, but the book that I'm reading right now is called Extreme Ownership. And one of the concepts in there is this statement. And he says, no bad teams, only bad leaders. So there's no bad teams, only bad leaders. And if you think about it, I resonate with this just based on my past experience, and I've seen the effects that one person can have on an entire team or on an entire company, just depending on how they carry themselves, how they operate. Do they stay motivated? Are they encouraging? Or are they the opposite? Do they constantly put people down? Do they not give enough guidance? Do they not provide the why to their team in order to accomplish the mission, whatever that looks like? So I would challenge each one of you guys sitting in here, but also those of you sitting on your couch, laying in your bed, wherever you're watching this, that you would think about that what team are you a part of, and assume that you're the leader of that team. So whether that's at 4 Degrees, it could be a real estate team, it could be a department head, or at home. How are you leading your family? And are you doing it well? And are you taking ownership of everything that's either getting done or failing to get done? Are you taking ownership of that on yourself? So once again, just something to think about. And then leave you with the final 3. Make sure you stay healthy, stay safe, and always stay engaged.